Please click like and subscribe and that little notification bell for the next episode.
We have another building over here that's called the Cowboy Shack. Looks like a barn in here because all this stuff came out of barns. And these guns come out of the riverbed over on the Canadian River back in Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett and Frank Brothers. They hid out over there. They have a cemetery over there called Boot Hill Cemetery where the outlaws are buried with their boots on. There's a skull that's typical of skulls we found in our pastures 50 years ago. Now all the cattle have no horns. Hats from all the farmers and ranchers in this area that have retired or passed on, and it's typical of what they wear now. This old fiddle was laying out in the pasture by a kind of an old deep rutted ranch trail road. This is the place we call the dollhouse. Mother has a collection of about 300 dolls. That's an old Singer machine, treadle machine. And she, back in the 50s when everybody wanted a squaw skirt and rickrack on it, we sewed it on there with that.
Well, I want to say thank you very much for showing us the museum and telling a little bit about Dot and her legacy.
Well,
that I'm sure will live on for a long time.
We left Dot's and headed for Adrian, Texas. Now, Route 66 is a service road of Route 40 the entire way.
The roadside is littered with ruins on the way. The road is flat and straight and seems to go on forever.
Because Route 66 has a little traffic, you could stop anywhere you want to take pictures or explore rooms.
Our first stop in Adrian is Brenda's Cafe. Brenda's Cafe is overgrown and my guess out of business. The red bent door indicates that you are at the Bent Door Midway Station.
Those abandoned Phillips 66 pumps still stand, but are slowly decaying.
There used to be a covered garage, but that long since decayed.
The old red Phillips 66 sign up front is rusting away.
The Coke machine antique sits out front.
And the interior is covered with litter, and the roof is about to collapse.
The latter may indicate an attempt to fix the place up,
as does the sheetrock and the heater.
The bent door signpost still stands and it points you to Santa Monica.
There is not much else in this town.
The Midpoint billboard is the exact halfway mark between Chicago and Santa Monica.
And the old Midpoint Café that's right next to the fabulous 40 Motel.
The cafe was first known as Zella's Cafe.
Then Jesse's Cafe.
Then Adrian's Cafe.
Then it became the old Midpoint Cafe. So we headed west on Route 40 because Route 66 was paved over by Route 40.
We were on the highway for a while till we reached exit 0 to pick up the old Route 66 again.
Our destination is the Glenrio Ghost Town.
Exit 0 and we're coming into New Mexico. And there used to be an active gas station here. And now these gas stations, both of them, they're out of business. The ruins of this gas station. Glass all broken out. You hear that? It's an animal living in there. He's living in between the first and second part. I don't know, I just heard him running around.
We continue to explore this ghost town, but as most ghost towns in Texas, it is marked as private property. So we filmed what we could before moving on.
And here we are in Glenrio. It's not completely abandoned. We got a family that lives behind these two abandoned places. And obviously they don't want anybody coming on to their property, and we respect their wishes. Apparently we have a gas station and not really sure what this place was. It was a diner. And we're still in Glenrio and we're seeing an old motel that's now abandoned. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, you're a good doggy. You're a good doggy. As we continue to film the ghost town of Glenrio, three more abandoned buildings. And we can't tell if this post office is still working or not. They do have post office boxes here, but everywhere else is abandoned buildings. like it was a home once of somebody's. Go around the back here. See the construction of the wall was mud. I don't know if you could see it. Zoom in. There's the mud construction all coming apart in the rain. That's how I used to build things out here back in the day. And that's an outhouse.